Have you ever wondered what it's like to visit the Warner Bros. Studios in London and whether it's worth a try? Stay tuned and I'll walk you through all the things I liked during my Warner Bros. Studios visit and show you what it's like to visit during the Dark Arts special. So first you need to get the overground to Milton Keynes, which is surprisingly not London. Just follow it through, go to the left, and that will take you to the bus. So you have to wait a bit for the bus since they're arriving every 15 to 30 minutes. But don't worry, the bus is worth waiting for, and you'll be surprised by the stylish double-decker bus that will take you to the Warner Bros. Studio. So the bus is going to take you there, you get down and you get greeted by the Warner Bros. Studio sign. When you get there, you'll be greeted by security, but don't worry, this is just to protect you and the other visitors of the park. After you pass security, you'll be greeted by this amazing hanging dragon from Deathly Hallows that's just hanging from the ceiling, waiting for you to take many pictures of it. It is one of the most spectacular things you can see in your life. And they made it very clear from the get-go that the tour is worth visiting. As you go in, you'll be greeted by two very amazing cinematic moments that we can't show here on camera because they didn't let us film. And then you go through the gates of the Great Hall. This was such a throwback for me because I was a Harry Potter fan since I was very little, and seeing the Great Hall in person for the first time really made an impression on me. You can see the tables and the food and the hanging candles, or in our case, the hanging pumpkins. And you get to experience that firsthand as if you are in Hogwarts and you're a kid again and it's Halloween or Christmas Day and you're reliving these moments that made you happy when you were a kid. After the Great Hall, you get to see all the props that they used in the movies, or most of them, and a lot of the sets like the Gryffindor dormitories and the potions class. They made the potions class quite interesting because they had these props that moved when you were around, or like on a timer or something, and you could see the cauldron steering. And you obviously have the two main potion teachers during Harry's time at Hogwarts, which was Professor Snape and Professor Slughorn, which are side by side of the prop. This is also the place where they had the special Dark Arts procession, which was a bunch of Death Eaters running around and scaring people and doing all sorts of cool tricks with like lights and magic, and you get so absorbed in the feeling because Death Eaters in Harry Potter were obviously the bad guys, and they made sure to make them as scary as possible and using all the cool dueling movements they had in Harry Potter. But all in all, the Dark Arts special was very worth it. You get to do some pictures with the Death Eaters, and they get to make scary poses at you, which was quite fun. You also get to walk on the set of Dumbledore's office, which is filled with all the instruments Dumbledore was using through the show. And you get to see the memory flasks and Dumbledore's pensieve. You also get to see Fawkes and everything around Dumbledore's office, as if you were there. Then you get greeted by a bunch of other props. The door to the Chamber of Secrets, the Weasley's Kitchen with some other moving props around, but also the set of the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom, but also a bunch of other cool props, like Parvati's Clown Boggart, which moves around at the press of a button, but also some bits from Trelawney's divination class. Then you open the gates to the Dark Forest and you get to see Hagrid's spiders and also Aragog, which used to be Hagrid's spider pet. You get to see the prop and trust me, it's very scary. Also, as part of the Dark Arts special, they had a Dementor presentation. So in the Dark Forest, from time to time, there were Dementors emerging from the sky and scaring everyone in the process. And also Buckbeak the Gryffindor was there with the Dementors. I don't know what he was doing there, but I'm hoping he was having fun. And with that, you're out of the Dark Forest. Then you get to see the Hogwarts Express in all its beauty. So you get to see it from outside and also from inside. You get to see the carriages with some sets made from the movies. I would say I really love this part. You get to walk around the narrow corridor of Hogwarts Express and feel like you're on the way to Hogwarts to learn some new spells and tricks. After that, you reach the middle of the exhibition and you can get a well-deserved rest with some butterbeer and food. Then you can continue the tour. The next bit of the exhibition was actually outside, and you get to see Hogwarts Wooden Bridge and you can walk around it. That's the same bridge that got destroyed in the 7th movie, and walking through there you can get some really cool videos and pictures of you living your Hogwarts experience, dreaming of learning some really cool spells and meeting your Hogwarts friends at the end of the bridge. Outside you can see the Dursleys' home with some reenacted scenes from the movies, like the time Harry got his 1,000 letters through the mailbox, or when he inflated his Aunt Marge, Or even when Dobby paid him a visit in his dormitory, when his aunt and uncle were having guests for dinner. There's also the herbology greenhouse, which has the memorable scene of the mandrake class during the second year at Hogwarts. You can also go and pull out the mandrakes and hear them scream. Happily they're not real, but you can still hear the sounds, and no one fainted during our visit. But I'm hoping the real ones would make you faint a bit, since their screams are supposed to make you fall down. After that, there's the tour on the Gringotts Bank, which starts off with some goblin masks and explain you that it takes 3 days to make one mask because of all the painting involved and all the hard work that people have put to make these props. And there's even someone explaining you about all the hard work that has been put into these props. Oh, by the way, you also see a small moving prop of Voldemort's soul, which was resting on King's Cross while Dumbledore and Harry were having a chat during the last book. Then you're walking through this corridor and see the full beauty of the Gringotts Bank, like it was in the movies, with all the marble columns and the little goblins doing their money counting. You can see them at the desks doing some paperwork or weighing gold on these balances. Also in the back you can see all the benches with ledgers where supposedly those goblins would work on logging all the transactions of the bank. All in all, the scale and the attention to detail on this set was mouth-dropping. It was one of the coolest sets in the tour, and definitely I would come back just to see it again. Also in the back you can see the Gringotts card, which they used to access vaults, with a bit of railing to show how the card would move around. You also see the Lestrange's vault, from which Harry, Ron and Hermione stole one of the Horcruxes from Voldemort. And you get to recreate a scene where Harry uses his sword to grab the cup as everything was duplicating around them. Just have fun, relax, take pictures, take videos, because it's definitely worth it. At the end of the section you get to see Gringotts again. But this time it's destroyed by these massive dragons, like the scene in the 8th movie. And you get to experience firsthand the wrath of the dragon that's spilling fire at you and making you nervous for your life. That was such a cool scene. The effects, the fire and the smoke definitely made it worth a visit. I have to say, in person, even though you can tell it's a screen, you can get immersed in the scene of the dragon spilling fire all around Gringotts and destroying it to ashes. After that you can take a stroll to Diagon Alley and explore all the amazing shop fronts like in the movies. You get to see the Quidditch shop, the wand shop, and all of the school equipment shops. You also get a peek at the Weasley Brothers joke shop and see why a lot of the students wanted to get there out of all places. After that you walk in on one of the biggest models of the Hogwarts school I've ever seen in my life. You get to walk around it, you get to hear all the music from the movies and get immersed in how big the school actually is. You can walk around it, take pictures, make sure you haven't missed anything because you're almost at the end, but do take your time visiting the model, because it's one of the best things they have in the tour. Go around, see the Owl Tower, look at the massive structure, see the boatyard. You can walk around there for like half hour, no problem. Just getting immersed and living through your childhood memory of reading Harry Potter. The last set of the tour is actually Ollivander's shop, where you can see all the names of all the actors that have played in the movies. Just walk around there, they will help you find someone that you're looking for. And just think about how it would feel if you were to get your first wand. After that you're done and you can go to the gift shop or go to the cafe and have some food. Trust me, you deserve it. You've been there for around 3 hours now, and it's time to get home. But before you get home, make sure to enjoy the illuminated wands on the path to the bus. Hopefully it's nighttime where you get out of there, because it's such a beautiful path to walk through. Then you're done and it's time to get the bus back to Milton Keynes and go back to London. The same bus will pick you up and drive you all the way back to Milton Keynes. Hopefully you enjoyed my walkthrough to the Harry Potter Warner Bros. Studios in London, and I'm hoping you get a chance to see it in person because it's much better than any video. But that was me for today. Until next time, have a good one!